It is actually snowing right now. I'm just at the trailhouse, Mosquito Flat. Welcome to my first solo backpacking trip to Muir Wilderness. Today, I'm actually starting at the Mosquito Flat trailhead, and I'm taking the Little Lakes Valley to Gem Lake. The trail starts from the Mosquito Flat trailhead. As you can see, there is a sign over there you can see on the trailhead, and it tells you the map to where the trail is going to take you to. So I'm going to be going to Gem Lake. Gem Lake is about 4 miles away from the trailhead with about 1,000 feet of elevation gain, which is nothing compared to other backpacking trips I've done in the past. And what's interesting about the Mosquito Flat trailhead is that it starts at 10,000 plus feet, and it's already cold up here. Look at how beautiful this is around here. Just the springtime, the ice is melting, and you see how beautiful this is around here in the trail. The trail here is very easy to recognize. There's nothing that you cannot miss. Look at the views around here. I got here around 4:30 p.m. afternoon, yes, 4:30 p.m. And then right now it's about 5:30. And my goal is to go to Gem Lake around 7 at least, or 7:30. We'll see how it goes. And before it gets dark. So there is still some snow patches around the side of the trail, but not on the trail itself. And look at the view of the trails. It's beautiful. You can hear the water flowing from the top of the mountain. And the weather is not that bad. I'm sure it's gonna get cold later tonight, but hopefully I can keep myself to stay warm. So you can see there's a little split right here that's going to tell you there's 2 trails. If you actually see the map earlier, the trail I'm going to is called Little Lakes Valley. That's to the left. And to the right is the moto path. That's where it hits the JMT section of it. And let's go. I'm a little bit nervous and worried about doing my first solo backpacking, but what I see, there's a lot of cars around there. I'm actually less worried because that means there's still a few more backpackers up there backpacking it. So I'm not that worried about getting lost or getting somewhere you cannot find yourself. Trail here is a little wet because of this. There's some snows in the melted, and just have to be very careful during the early of the season. What I'm worried about was sleeping inside the tent by myself, where there might be active bears around. But since there is a few other backpackers around in the parking lot, so I don't have to worry about too much. But I still have to make sure I follow the wilderness rules. It's on the permits. They will tell you what you should do. I always have a bear canister, which is inside my backpack. And 6:15 right now. I just reached the first, which is the Mac Lake, and the view is stunning. Because right now at 6:30, the light, it's almost a sunset side, so the light hits down a little bit at a deep angle. That looks very contrast in terms of the color and in terms of the snow, the terrain. It's just very stunning, beautiful. The lake here is just as calm, as peaceful, just listening to the water streaming from the mountain, and just so quiet, very peaceful. This is why people like me likes backpacking. And it's about 7 o'clock. I'm here on the third one, which is the Box Lake. It's gorgeous around here. This is to your left side. You see a very long Box Lake. The view is stunning as well. Coming down, you could see the shadows from the sunset, and you can also see the sun on the top of the mountains. Crossing another river crossing. Just have to walk slowly a little bit. walking on the long lake. The lake is half ice and half water, so there's a thin layer of ice over there. It's very interesting. It's more muddy. There's more definitely more snows on here. That's not on the trail, but it's off the trail. But hey, it's very muddy, and the weather is getting a little colder. It's about 7:15 right now, so I think I may just want to camp here for tonight first at the Long Lake. Just gonna find some campsite spots, and get ready to set it up. I found a campsite. It's pretty flat here, and it has a nice view right here. This is beautiful. It's already past 8. I just finished setting up the tent and wearing base layers just to make sure that I'm gonna set up my dinner right now. Gonna eat and then call it for the night. So I'm gonna be cooking right now. And tonight I think I'll be cooking some mountain house food. Alright, it is 8:45. I finished my dinner. I packed everything up, making sure everything put inside the beer canister, any scented stuff, and brushed my teeth. I'm gonna be inside the tent right now because outside is gonna get cold. I'm thinking about tonight was gonna be as cold as low 30s. I brought some extra base layers and fleece, so hopefully I'll survive it tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night. It is 5:30, and man, it's so windy out here. You can hear the wind is so windy. I might just have to not going to camp another night tonight. It's just too windy. So I'm gonna just do a day hike to Gem Lake, come back, and then pack my stuff and go back to the trailhead. Alright, it's 6:30 in the morning. It's just sun just got up a little bit. Not in here yet, but on the top of the peak in the mountains, as you can see behind me. Show you. It's gonna be very beautiful up there right now. It's still cold. I think it's about 30 degrees. Hopefully it gets a little bit warmer later in the day. It's so beautiful. It's windy, and The later device is still there on the long lake. It's amazing. I'm here cooking my breakfast and also enjoying the view of the mountains. It's still cold, but not as bad as getting up at 5:30 first time. So what I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to finish my breakfast and pack up a little bit for the hike to Gem Lake, and come back and we'll see how it goes from there. It is 7:30 in the morning. I've just started hiking to Gem Lake. Right now I'm in Long Lake right now. I just got off from where my campsite is at, just behind me right there, behind those trees. And it's gonna be about another 1.5 miles, I think, to Gem Lake. And then between that there's another lake called Mosquito Flat Lake, and I'm gonna be hiking around there. The weather is gorgeous. It's sunny right now, but because I'm behind the mountains, so it's a little cold. My hand is still freezing a little bit. Alright, I'm here at the intersection of Mosquito Flat Lake. There's a trail right here, it says Mosquito Flat. I'm gonna go to Gem Lake first and then come back for Mosquito Flat if I have time for it. And just make sure that you see that there's a sign right there. Alright, there it is. Right there. That's the Mosquito Flat Lake. You guys could check it out if you have time for it. I'm gonna go to Gem Lake first. The snow around here is just a little patchy. Not too much snow is left, but I can walk it without a trekking pole. And I'll take you guys there to the Gem Lake. Alright, the trail to Gem Lake here. There's one section right here, it's all snow. As you can see, all about, I would say about 6 inches or 1 feet deep of snow. It's a little sketchy, but I just have to follow the GPS to make sure that I'm on the right track. I think I'm probably about maybe half a mile away from it to Gem Lake, and I'll hopefully get there in another 20 minutes or so. boy, I thought it only take 20 minutes, but it take more than 20 minutes because a lot of these areas on the trail is all full of snow. The higher I get, the more steeper it is, the more thicker the snow it is, and it's easy to get lost because there's no footprints around here. So what I do is I look at the GPS and it says it looks like it's close to the creek, so I kind of follow along the creek to get to the gym lake. Hopefully I get there very soon. Alright, I'm here at the intersection. I just realized someone told me that there is a sign over here that says Gym Lake on your right, and Morgan Pass. You just go straight, and the road is actually very sketchy around here. Gym Lake was such an astonishing view. I mean, it's hard to describe it. I'm just heading back to Chicken Food. I mean, there's not a lot of people here. I mean, I came across about maybe less than 10 people. You just have this whole view with yourself. So secluded. Alright, I'm here at the Chicken Food Lake intersection, trail to Chicken Food. So I asked one of the hikers. They told me that the whole lake is also frozen. So I'm gonna go check it out to see what it looks like. One thing I have to say if you're at the Chicken Food Lake is that make sure you walk around the lake. It's just amazing that you will see a lot of different perspectives, different views of the mountain. It's just so stunning. This is probably one of my favorite lake because it's so huge that you see multiple peaks around here. I think Chicken Food is one of my favorite lake of this long Lake Valley trail, and I'm gonna be heading back to Long Lake right now and back to my campsite. And hopefully we'll see how the weather goes on there in the afternoon, and I might just go pack out and go back to the parking lot. Trailhead. Okay, it's about 4:15, and there are two reasons that I decided to pack up and to go back to the trailhead. The first reason is because the overcast cloudy. It's very cloudy right now, so there might be a chance of rain later today. And the second is that the wind chill around here is windy, so it's just very noisy at night when I sleep. So I didn't had a really good night's sleep last night. So I'm gonna just head back to the trailhead and head back. And you know, sometimes these plans have to be changed, and you just have to go with it. Just stick with what's best for you, and just be safe all the time when you're in solo. And so it might be take me about maybe an hour and a half to get back to the trailhead. So I should be there about 6 o'clock, and hopefully I can stay dry, as it's no fun when it's rain. And you know, when it's rain, it's just gonna make your gears soaking wet. So I'm gonna go head back. I'm very close to the trailhead. It's about 5:15, and yes, the clouds is very cloudy. It's turning dark. It looks like, I feel like it's a lot colder today than yesterday, because when I was hiking it down, I feel like the wind chill is a lot more colder than yesterday. About, I'll say high 20s, and I will have to say that I made a good call today to, go back, because if I stay camp out there tonight, it will be high 20s or lower 30s, and it was just so cold. I can't handle that kind of weather. So I made a good decision, and sometimes you just have to deal with it. So this solo backpacking trip was a great experience for me. It's very relaxed, very casual. I go on my own pace, and I was very nervous at the beginning, but at the end, I wasn't very nervous at all, because there's a lot of day hikers going there for fishing and hiking, and it's worth the trip of going. If you wanted to do solo backpacking, this is probably a good beginner's solo backpacking trip. I will guarantee you that you will not get lost if you don't go on the winter season or like early spring. But in the summer, it's going to be very popular. So if you guys do it, make sure you get the permits. Guess what? I made a good call. It is actually snowing right now. I'm just at the trailhead, Mosquito Flat. See behind me, my car is right there. It is really snowy right now. I'm guessing that the weather is low 30s or high 20s, and it's snowing. It's unbelievable. Good thing is I actually called for today, because if I stay up there, I'll be freezing to death. I don't know what to do.